everybody. Oh my gosh. Hi. I'm so excited and nervous at the same time. This is the first live I've ever done on this channel. It looks like I already have a few people in here, and I'm just so excited and so grateful for that. Oh my gosh. I was so nervous eating my dinner. I just, I've never done anything like this before. So let's see how it goes. So I thought I would just start off by just talking a little bit about how the weekend was going on eBay and also a little bit about the drama from this morning. So on Friday, my sales were really, really bad. I did get a lot of sales, but they were just like really, really small items, like things that I was only making like a couple dollars on, right? And I was feeling really discouraged. But then the weekend came and my sales just went like above and beyond like what I was expecting. It was crazy. It was probably the best weekend that I've ever had, like ever selling on eBay. So that was really awesome. And then come Sunday, I decided that I was gonna get a head start on my shipping, because I just didn't want to spend all of Monday doing my shipping, and then not only that, I have my mail lady who comes at a certain time, which is normally around noon, but sometimes it can be earlier and sometimes it can be later, and I don't wanna have to waste my time to drive over to the post office if I don't have to. So I did mostly all my shipping, and then the next day I still had like 12 more to ship, and I went on to do my shipping, and shipping was not working. And I kept refreshing it and refreshing it. I'm all, okay, I'll go do something else. And I went and did something else, refresh it, still wasn't working. So then I opened up Safari to see if it would work on Safari, and the same thing, nothing. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Um, is it just me? So then I went and looked on Facebook on some of the groups, and sure enough, it looks like it was a real problem that was affecting everybody. And I could not believe that on probably the most busiest ship morning that happened. Oh my gosh, eBay, how did you let that happen? I was just and I feel like it probably affected sales too, because during the time that the shipping wasn't working, I wasn't getting any sales. That could just be a coincidence. I don't know, but it was really weird. Um, so there was that. Eventually, I think it started working again, maybe around 11 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I think that's around where it started working, but oh my gosh, what a mess, right? And I'm so grateful that I did all of my shipping the day before, because if I had to do all of that on pirate ship, because that's what I ended up doing, was I ended up using pirate ship to ship out those items that I still had to do, but it just takes longer, right? And it's just not as it's just not as easy. But let me see what I've got going on in here. Oh my gosh, I can't believe people came to watch and you're actually leaving me comments. This is crazy. Yes, Jesus is Lord forever. Comment saying that that it being down was really stressful. And oh my gosh, yes, it was stressful. Hi, Big Dre. Oh, flipping nostalgia. Hey, dude, how you doing? I'm so glad you came on. Arena Vision. Oh my gosh. Hi. Hi, Diane. Yeah, sales are kind of a little all over the place. Oh, I'm so glad that Black Friday was good for you. That's so awesome. Hi, Nita. Hi, Nita Mary. My godmother's here watching. Hi. She watches all my videos and she's like one of my biggest cheerleaders. I love you. Hi, Julie. Hi, Derek. I'm so glad that December's been treating you good, Derek. Yeah, it was a little bit crazy in the beginning. Um, well, I would say on Black Friday, sales were pretty good. And then it was just kind of like a little bit all over the place for me. Like I would have some really great days and then some really not so good days, which you will see in the video that I have coming out tomorrow. It's a come ship with me video. I filmed it on Friday and it was just it wasn't that good. I my sales just I felt like I should have named the video what not to sell because these were just things that did not sell for a lot of money that had been sitting in my store for a long time and but I'm just so grateful to get some stuff out. I'm so glad that you had a great weekend, Julia. This is so awesome. This is what we've been waiting for all year, right? Yeah, so that was pretty crazy this morning. And then when I was looking on the Facebook group, some people were saying that they actually called into eBay and they were telling them that it could be out for hours. So I didn't even know what to expect. But I just think it's just so insane that that happened today on Monday morning. All right. So I would just love to hear what kind of things are selling for everybody right now. Um, it's just so crazy because it's like you don't really know like what stuff to really be focusing on listing for quarter four because it changes every year. Oh, Julia said that she bought some things for me. That was you. That's right. Thank you. Oh my gosh. If anyone ever buys anything from my store, please let me know because I just really want to have that opportunity to thank you because I just feel like that's the biggest compliment when somebody watches your channel, but then they also go on your eBay store and buy something. Like I'm just so flattered by that. Yeah, so Big Dre says that he's been getting, some pretty good deals lately with sourcing. Yep. People are trying to get rid of stuff right now, huh? And it seems like too, some of the thrift stores, I feel like certain things they've started raising their prices on, but certain things they've kind of started to drop their prices on. Maybe they're realizing that their prices are not working out. Oh, my mom's on. Hi, mom. Awesome. Well, yeah, so, a lot of the types of stuff that I have been selling is, for one, Rudolph is a really great seller during the holidays, but it also sells during the regular year too, because there are a lot of Rudolph fans out there, and I don't think they make as much Rudolph merchandise today as they did. It got really popular in the early 2000s, a lot of the Rudolph merchandise was coming out. I think they had a line like at CVS or something like that. And the Rudolph stuff really sells. I would say maybe in September, I want to say it was, I had sold a statue and it sold for like 80 bucks. It was somewhere between 80 to $100. So that was a really great sale. And then when I was at the yard sales on Friday, I found two Rudolph toys that were new in the boxes, but they were from the year 2005 and 2008. And I got those listed right away. And I was worried that it was already too late for them to sell, but they both sold during the weekend. And I made like a quick $100 profit off of that. So Rudolph really is a really great pickup. I super recommend that. Diane says that her thrift store has no toys. I do have a thrift store that is like that, the Salvation Army by my house that I like to go to. They have very, very little amount of toys. I think that they go through and they kind of, because I've donated to them before, and I went into the back to donate, and they were loading it up like in a truck that was like separate from the store. So I think they probably, like, ship out a lot of stuff, and they just decide, like, what they're gonna put in the store, but they have hardly any toys. Every once in a while, I see some stuffed animals, and there's a little bit of toys here and there, but normally it's toys that are, like, still in the package. Like, they don't put out very many, used toys, which I always thought was really weird. Hi, Jackie. Hi, I'm just Key. Oh, Derek sold a coffee mug for $85. What mug was it? Oh, it's a Ember brand smart coffee mug. How cool. I've never heard of that before. I heard that the Stanley cups are really popular right now. My daughter is, like, obsessed with those, and I kid you not, when I went to go pick her up from school today, I kept thinking that I was seeing her come, but it was really another little girl, like, holding the same Stanley cup that she has. It's, like, crazy, like, all the kids have the Stanley cups, and I think there's, like, certain ones that sell out, so if you can find those ones. So Julie says that she's been selling Christmas decorations, sharpshooter cookie maker toys, which she specializes in. Yep, toys are doing really well. And I actually was hearing on the radio today that they were saying that a lot of people are actually buying used Christmas gifts this year. So that was really interesting to hear that that's like a new trend because people are really into like vintage stuff or like things that they can't buy at the store. So or like things that they no longer can buy that have been discontinued. Stanley cups are the new Starbucks cups. Oh my gosh, 100%. Every time I see Starbucks cups, I always look them up. And it seems like I can never find any ones that are worth money anymore. It seems like those ones have gone down in value a lot. Hi, Josh. Thank you so much. I know I'm so nervous. I hope that you guys can't tell. I feel like I'm kind of mumbling a little bit because this is kind of scary. Like I wish that I would have done it where I could have had someone with me that I can like talk to. Um so this is a little bit intimidating and I feel like I'm shaking a little bit. Can you see? Oh, it looks like Josh and Andy know each other. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Nina. Thank you, Jackie. Derek, you guys are also awesome. Is that my Lily? So Lily asked if the Disney animation dolls are worth money. She has a Pocahontas one that she's trying to sell. Girl, I literally just bought one of those animation animator dolls. You're talking about the 15-inch ones, right? Like the ones that are probably like this big. I found a Lilo one at the thrift store, and I have her listed for $30 plus shipping. I don't know how much the Pocahontas one is, but I can imagine it may be around that same price, maybe somewhere between the 20 to $30. The only thing about it is that, those are kind of expensive to ship. So you just wanna make sure, Lily, that if you're selling that one, that don't go take it to the post office and mail it there because they're going to charge you too much. So make sure that you buy your label for it online. I don't know if you're going to be using eBay or what you're going to use to sell it, but if you sell on eBay, buy the label directly from eBay or use a website called Pirate Ship to buy your label. It's free. It's a free service and they have their cost of shipping is significantly cheaper than if you were to go to the USPS store. Jackie says that she would have kept Lilo. I know it's so hard. It's so hard when you source and you find things that you want to keep. And for me, I'm like a huge, huge, huge Disney fan, and I'm always finding Disney stuff here. Like if you live in California or Florida, you're just gonna find a ton of Disney. And it's so hard for me because I want to keep all of it. And like, I don't know, you guys can't tell because I'm not on the Disney part of my room. I'll show you a little bit. You can see right here. See, I love Disney stuff and I love collecting Disney stuff. Let's see if we can go up a little bit. I'll show you some more. That's all of my Disney, not all my Disney collection, but some of my favorite stuff. But it's so hard because you just want to keep all of it all the time. But what am I gonna do with half of the stuff that I find? I'm gonna show you guys something. I'm gonna be right back. It's literally like right here. I'm gonna go grab it. This is what I'm dealing with here, guys. Why do I have this? Somebody explain this to me. Oh, so Francesca, my cousin, hi Frankie. She says that Lily's Pocahontas is still in the box. So yeah, it's definitely going to be worth more for sure. How awesome. Arena Vision is so right. He says thrift rule number 1, never get high on your own supply. I am so guilty of it. This is one of those things. Why do I have such a hard time? I'm gonna list this. I need you guys to comment on here and encourage me. Tell me that I do not need this hat. When am I ever gonna wear it? Somebody tell me to sell it. Oh, Rachel's here too. So much of my family came. Oh my gosh. Thank you guys. My cousins and my aunts and my mom. I love all the support. It means the world to me. So Jackie asked me if I have any Gwen Stefani dolls. Maybe. I have I have 3 full-size bins under my stairs because we have this little closet under our stairs, and it's just full of Gwen Stefani dolls. Yeah. So there's that. Rachel's telling me to keep the hat. Julie says her son has one that lights up. You know, I saw on eBay that some of them do light up, but I don't think this one does. But I saw that there was one that looks like almost identical to this one that lights up. Now my mom's telling me to keep the hat. Jackie's telling me to keep the hat. Oh my gosh, guys. You're not helping. I don't need this stuff. Diane says to keep the hat. It makes me smile. Oh. Thanks, guys. Oh my gosh, so this is so much fun. So going back to some of the stuff that's selling, I only got to the Rudolph, but Barbie has picked back up. It went dead for a couple weeks. I wasn't selling very much Barbie stuff, but as of like a few days ago, I've been getting lots of Barbie things. I actually had somebody who lives in Canada send me a message and she said, I want a lot of your stuff, but because it's international, like there's not really a way to combine shipping. So she asked if I would create her like her own listing of all the stuff she wanted. And I was like, absolutely. We'll create one listing. It will be we'd be able to combine shipping by doing it that way. I just gave it free shipping. So whatever eBay charged for the global shipping program is what she was charged. So I don't know what eBay charged her, but I didn't charge her anything on my end. And then I gave her 20% off of what everything would have been. And yeah, she bought like 6 Barbie items from me, so that was really awesome. And some of them were stuff that I have had in my inventory for quite some time. Like some of them I think I had listed for a year. So that was really awesome. I was happy to do that. My first instinct was, "Oh, I don't wanna create a new listing." Like, oh, I just hate doing that because 'cause I've already done all the work to make the listings, but I just thought about, like, "Oh, if I'm gonna get the sale, I should just do it." But because I kinda worry, like, "Well, what if I make it and spend this time doing it, and then she ends up not buying it?" And it kinda seemed like that was gonna happen for a second because she didn't buy it right away. It took her about an hour, but she did buy it, so that was really awesome. All right, I'm just gonna get caught up what all of you guys are saying. I'm getting some more keep it. Thanks, Andy. Hi, smart, thrifty, and chick. Julia says I should keep the hat. Town Vintage says I was wanting to sell my old Barbies, but just ended up collecting more. I can see how that can happen. Oh, so my cousin Rachel says that my cousin Louie wants to buy the hat. Louie, I can't sell you the hat. Okay, I'll make you a deal, Louie. If you come to Disneyland with me, I will give you the hat. How about that? Big Dre says, I left a bunch of Pokemon plush at the thrift because I reached my budget. So I'll go back after payday and catch them all. I love that. Definitely make sure that you're checking comps on those ones though first. Because some of those can be hit or miss. I've bought some Pokemon plush thinking that they were going to be valuable and then they weren't really worth anything. But I know some of them can be worth some good money, especially if you find some of the more rare characters. Derek asked me if I liked the Barbie movie. I loved it. It was so good. I cried like 3 times. And it's just so fun, like, when you grew up playing with Barbie and you as you watch it, you see, like, some of the old outfits and stuff, like, all the little Easter eggs, like, it was just so much fun, and I just really loved the message behind the movie too as well, just how it's so hard, uh, to be a female today, like, there's like, all the pressures and everything. It was just it just it really just touched me, and I really connected with it a lot. Lily says that Louis has to, bring her with him to Disney. Cousin trip. And my Aunt Mary, who is Louis's mom, says that Louis does have to wear the hat. I agree. He totally should have to wear the hat. Hey, Dizzy Angie, how are you? I'm so glad that you jumped in. She has been following my channel, like, since the beginning, dude, and she, like, watches all my videos and comments on everything. I'm so grateful for you. Julie says that she has all her Barbie items from the 1970s. That is awesome. Yeah, Derek says that when he saw the Barbie movie at the where did you see it? At the drive-ins, that it was the most packed that he ever seen. Yeah, it was we went. I actually didn't see it right away. I saw it probably about, like, a month after it had already been out, because it came out when did it come out during the summer? When did it come out? I forget, but I remember it was during a time where, like, I had a lot going on. Like, was it July? I think it was July, like, we had gone on a vacation and just all these things, and I was super late in seeing that movie. But I'm so glad I did. Oh, Nita's on. Hi. She says that she wishes that she also had her Barbies. Yeah, Diane confirmed that it was July. It came out in July. Jackie says that her Barbies would be the weird Barbies. I get so mad at little girls that do that because I buy their dolls when they're done with them, and then I get so mad. I'm like, "Girl, what were you doing to your doll?" Like, I have to clean it up, like, uh, you'll find, like, the weirdest things in some of the dolls sometimes, like, they like to polish their nails, so I have to get the nail polish remover and take the nail polish off. Like, why can't people just treat their Barbies right, you know? All right. Let's go ahead and see what other stuff I had on my list that's selling. Fabric. I have been selling fabric, guys. Um, I highly recommend picking up fabric. I don't really have any good suggestions for you on what to pick up, but I would just make it your best judgment when you look at it. Like I like to pick up like things that have like characters and or something on them. If you can tell it's a vintage, I like to grab that. I just got a whole bunch of like Raggedy Anns and Care Bears and what else? Some Mickey Mouse ones, and they've been selling. And they don't sell for a lot, but it's like decent. Like the Mickey Mouse ones that I sold, I bundled two of them together. I had them listed for $20 plus shipping, and someone sent me an offer for 15 and I took it. I bought it in a grab bag full of like tons of fabrics. And those were just two pieces of the fabric, and I paid $4 for the whole grab bag. And it was just so easy to sell. It can be hard to find comps on fabric, but I just say use your best judgment. And the great thing about it too is that you can find them in so many thrift stores. And even when you're out at yard sales, you'll find them there too. And you may be able to get a good deal because normally there you're not going to just find one thing of fabric, you're going to find like boxes of fabrics. So it's just something to think about. Oh, my brother Anthony is watching. Hey, Anthony. Oh, Nita, you started a new collection of Barbies? Are you, are you buying your like, the same Barbies that you used to have when you were a little girl? You know what I do? I did keep a couple Barbies that I bought for reselling, but I only like to keep the Barbies that I wanted as a little girl, but never got. Like, I don't really care so much about the ones that I had, but it's the ones that I always wanted. So Jackie says that she actually used to play with her brother's toys and she didn't like the dolls, but she's paying for it now. Town Vintage ask, "What is the smallest piece of fabric I would pick up?" I don't like to pick up small pieces at all. The only way I will pick up a small piece is if it is like you could tell that it's super vintage or maybe like a vintage Disney one. But I like for it to be at least half of a yard, at least. I really like to pick up 1 yard or more, but that was a really great question. Julie has a vintage skipper doll with the legs that don't bend. What year was those ones from again? Were those the 70s? I can't remember. So, Big Dre, you have a daughter that, likes to make weird Barbies too. He says that he draws that she uses the Sharpies to draw on them. Oh, don't let her do it. Hey, Anthony. Oh, Nita says she found one doll that her best friend had given her. How awesome. I just love that. One of the things that I love so much about thrifting is when I find things from my childhood or things that just spark joy. It's so much fun. So Angie says, because okay, so in one of my videos, I had posted that I had a bin full of Gwen Stefani clothes that were my daughter's when she was younger, but I was having a hard time selling them because I'm a big Gwen Stefani fan. But she said that an idea would be to have them sewn into a blanket. That is a great idea. Okay, so Julie says that she thinks that that Skipper doll is from the 1960s. That's awesome. There's a website that I go to. Here, I'm gonna open up a tab on my computer and I'm gonna look for it. Okay, it's barbieworld.it. And if you go on there, you can search for the Barbies by the year. And it's really awesome. I use that all the time for identifying my dolls. So yeah, again, I'll say that it is Barbie World. Maybe let's see if I could put it in the comments, the link. There we go. And then I'll put a link to another one that I like to use too. The only thing about this other one that I'm going to share with you is that the ads on it are really bad. But the first link, it's the best website to use, but it only goes up to the 90s. This other one that I'm going to show you goes up till today, but it's just a really hard website to navigate because of all the ads. So those are those two different ones. I'm just going to get caught up looking at some of these comments. So how do I say this name? Is it J-Ride? J-Ride Flips? Sorry if I'm not saying it right, but thank you so much. I super appreciate. He says he loves my channel and watches often. I super appreciate that. And Julie says that there's a company that does those shirts. I would actually just do it myself if I was going to do that because I do know how to sew. I've never made a quilt before, but I'm sure it's not that hard. Town Vintage says, "I used to make my weird Barbies date my Planet of the Ape doll." I love that. Dude, Barbie can go on some crazy epic adventures. Yeah, so Derek says that he bought all the Pokemon cards that he used to want as a kid. I feel you on that. So the other day, I don't know what made me do this, but I went on eBay and I looked up Little Mermaid 1990s. And I was looking at all the mermaid stuff from the 90s from when I was a kid. And my poor husband, I think we were like watching TV and I like kept showing him. I was like, look, I used to have that. Oh, look, I used to want that when I was little. And I'm just like looking at all the mermaid stuff. And then I started like watching some of them, like maybe I was gonna buy it. I don't know. It was just so weird. I don't know what came over me. Hi, Resale Crazy. All right, so we talked about fabric. Now I want to talk about stuffed animals. I actually have been doing kind of good with stuffed animals. I stopped buying them because they were not doing good. And I was just getting frustrated because they're just annoying to store. Like, I feel like they take up a lot of space. Um, and They sell, but it just feels like they take a long time to sell, but they've been actually doing pretty good lately. Ever since Black Friday, I've been selling a lot of plush. So that's pretty cool too. And I've been cross posting them onto Poshmark and Mercari. So my Aunt Mary asked if I still have the strawberry shortcake dolls. I think I have some. I have this right here. This was mine when I was a little girl. But with the actual dolls, I don't know. I think I have a couple of them put away, but I definitely don't have all of them anymore. I wish I did. Um, I was really, really big strawberry shortcake fan when I was a little girl. All right. So yeah, stuffed animals. The Disney ones seem to be doing really good. I like to look for any of them that say Disney Store on it. So if you look at the tag and you see a Disney Store, some of them will actually have it like on the actual stuffed animal, like maybe on the bottom of their foot. It'll say like Disney Store exclusive or authentic Disney Store or something like that. So I look for those. For a while, uh, I was selling those princess ones. So they're like figures of stuffed animals. So they're probably like 18 inches long, kind of like the size of an American Girl doll in length. And they would just be like these stuffed animals of princesses. And I was selling some of them at one point, and then I stopped because they weren't the value of them had gone down, but it looks like they kind of went back up again. And I've been having pretty good luck selling those for maybe around anywhere between 15 to $20 plus shipping. And then also look for the Disney Park stuffed animals. Those ones can be worth some really good money. The only thing is that sometimes some of the thrift stores try to overcharge you for those stuffed animals. So I would always look up comps in the store if you can. But if you're at a yard sale or an estate sale and you see them for really cheap, and sometimes even on Facebook Marketplace, I see them come up often where people are just trying to sell all their kids' stuffed animals. And I see a lot of these Disney ones in there, and you can buy them like in bulk. That's kind of a cool idea, too. I'm just going to get caught up a little bit. Yeah. So Julie says, that stuffed animals are her favorite things to sell. They are definitely a long shot. And she mentioned the loveys. So the loveys are those little blankets. They're normally like, what would you say that they are, Julie? Like 13, 13 inches long. They're like, normally like this big. And then they'll have like the little stuffed animal head that peeps out in the middle. And those ones sound really good for me too as well. I actually shipped one out today, and I think they was sold for 30 bucks. So, anytime I see those, like, if they're, like, under $2, I won't even look it up, I'll just grab it. Yeah. So, Derek says, "Stuffed animals will surprise you sometimes. I remember I had this Beauty and the Beast shaped pillow. Its arm was resewn and on it, and I still got pretty good money for it." Yeah. And then P asked what happened to my first live. It was short about women. So, okay, so I had this like idea that I wanted to do a live earlier this morning. So I like rushed through it, and then like I realized that once I started going live that I had no clue what I was doing. And so I ended it and I put it on private because it was only 1 minute long, but it was just me like just messing with it, looking all stupid on the camera. So I put it on private and then I deleted it. And I just told myself I'll go on later tonight and retry it. So that's what happened with that. I know it was a stupid thing. So Resale Crazy says, "My husband told me to get what I wanted, so I bought a strawberry shortcake house and 3 of the old with 3 of the old days, and they still have their smell. I think he thinks I'm crazy, LOL." Which house is it? Is it the big house, like the really big house that's like 3 stories? Because if it is, I had that house and I loved it. Oh, cool. J Lasso? Jazzo? Sorry, I'm so bad at pronouncing things. I have a pretty big Simba plush puppet that I want to sell. It's about 30 inches long. That's cool. That is awesome. I actually have one like that that's of the genie from Aladdin. I think it probably is about 30 inches long too. I can't sell it though. I've had it listed for about 2 years. I might have it too high. I don't know what it's at right now because I've dropped the price so many times, but I think I started it off at $90 plus shipping, and it's just not selling. I don't know. But you should definitely list it though. You never know. Simba might do better than the genie. Okay. So Big Dre said, "I used to sell plush at the flea market in 2014 to 2016. I had about 2,400 were Beanie Babies, and I sold all except 5 30-gallon trash bags worth that I kept for my kids." How cool. I've always felt like I wanted to sell at a flea market. I don't think I'll ever do it though, but I think it sounds like a lot of fun, and I think it's a great way to sell a lot of that type of stuff, like little toys and stuffed animals and movies and music and stuff. I think would do really good at a flea market. Laura Joy says that plush is her favorite to sell as well. Aren't they so much fun? And what I like about plush is that you could just find them everywhere. They're so I get so excited when I go to a yard sale and I see like a box of plush. I always like gravitate to it. It's so weird. Hi, Steve and Wanda. I'm so glad you stopped by. Yeah, Julie says that some loveys can sell for good money, especially if they are retired. Yep, absolutely. Mothers are trying to replace a lovey that a child's favorite toy was lost and they no longer make. Absolutely. I've gotten messages like that often from mothers. I've had one that once said, like, "I'm gonna buy this stuffed animal from you. Can you please ship it, like, as soon as possible because there is a child who needs this stuffed animal." Yeah, I think that's so cool. And then I had gone to sorry, I was wondering if I brought my charger up here. I think my computer's gonna die. I wasn't very prepared with that. I was gonna, um I was gonna bring it up. Oh, wow. I'll probably end this really soon. So I have these pictures of my daughter at Circus Circus when she was young. She was like a toddler, and she had this stuffed animal of a monkey, and she had won it at the Circus Circus. Well, those pictures for that trip show up a lot because in our house we like to use like our screen saver things on the TVs and on the computers and stuff will show old pictures. And that picture comes up all the time. And every time she would see that little monkey, she was like, "I wish we would have kept that monkey." And she's like a teenager now, but it was like, "I wish I had that monkey." So I took that picture of her at Circus Circus, and I did a Google lens on it, and I was able to find that monkey, and I bought it for her. But, yeah, parents love to buy stuffed animals for their kids, something that's retired or they can't find anymore. Somebody overheard me say that I needed my charger. He brought it to me. You're the best. Thank you. All right, we're in business. Okay. Sorry, I'm just getting caught up on reading some of these messages. So yeah, Resale Crazy says that the strawberry shortcake she that they couldn't afford that house, but they have it now, and that her granddaughter claims it when she's there. How awesome. I love that. I love when the kids play with the stuff that we used to play with. So Sandra says that the flea market ran off a lot of people because they asked for a tax certificate now. Oh, see, I didn't know that. Yeah. Jackie says that she did a flea market and that she was able to make some fast cash. I believe that, especially if you have a lot of old inventory that you're trying to get rid of. And at least for me, like I always have like bags in the corner of my garage of stuff that I ended up not listing. So that would be like a really good place to try to sell that too. And I keep telling myself that maybe one day I'll have a yard sale, but I don't think I'm going to do it. Yard sales are just so much work. Oh, Derek's talking about that Circus Circus TV show from when we were kids. Oh, I used to watch that. Was it like the Dumbo? It was like Dumbo Circus Circus or something? Or am I tripping? Thanks for stopping by, P. Yeah, I'll do more live videos if you guys like this. Town Vintage said, "Your husband doesn't wanna be on camera?" No, he doesn't. I was telling him before I did this live because I was like, "Oh," because I was so nervous about doing it, I still kinda am, and I was like, "Maybe one day you can, be in a live video with me." He was like, "Yeah, probably not." Thanks. Thanks, Philly. Philipper, is that how I say it? Philly Philipper? I appreciate that. Okay, yeah, Derek, maybe I haven't seen that one. I'm thinking of the Dumbo Circus Circus. I think it was on the Disney Channel. We used to watch that one all the time. Julie says that she watched the Bozo Show out of Chicago. I've never heard of that one. Oh, I'm so sorry I butchered your name. Okay, let me try it again. Philly Philipper? No, is that the same thing that I said the first time? Sorry. That's something I talk about a lot on my videos, how bad I am at pronouncing things. I mean, I'm really bad. And I have people call me out for it too, and I'm just like, "Sorry." Okay, Philly Flipper. Ew, okay, okay. See, that was why I did one of the reasons why I didn't wanna do a live is because I knew I was gonna have to read, and I do not like reading. Okay, I think I pretty much said everything that I had on my list that I wanted to talk about. So if anyone has any more questions for me, I'll probably end up wrapping up soon. I'm sorry if I missed anyone's questions or comments. Like I said, I'm kind of nervous, so I'm just kind of like reading it fast because I'm nervous. Thanks so much for coming, Resell Crazy. I super appreciate it. Everyone that came on to watch, I am just so grateful. I told my husband, I'm all, man, if I have 2 people watching, I'll be happy. Thanks, Jackie. Yay! Have me on your channel, and I'll have you on mine. Philly Flipper. Did I get it right this time? Thanks, Sanchez, for stopping by. Have a good night. Bye, Derek. I appreciate you stopping by. Okay, I think I'm going to be signing off now. Again, thank you everybody for stopping by. I appreciate it so much. You have no idea. I promise I'll get better at this. I'll try to do more, and each time I'll get a little bit and a little bit better. Oh, okay. So Jackie asked me what made me choose pink hair. Okay, I will definitely answer that question because I love talking about hair. um, the first time I dyed my hair was back in 2001 for my senior prom. And I wanted to do my hair was like shoulder length, and I wanted to do the tips of them hot pink. And it was a huge hit. Everyone loved my hair at prom, and I loved it. And I literally have had pink hair since then. I've tried different colors. I've tried purple, blue. I've tried doing blonde for a little bit, but I always feel like just the reds and the pinks are what look best on me that I like. Thanks, Audrey. Thanks, Resell Crazy, Diane, Jackie, everyone. Thanks so much for coming. I really, really appreciate it. Angie, thank you so, so much. Derek. Thank you, everybody. All right, I'm signing off now. Never forget that when you thrift upon a star, all your dreams will come true. I'll see you guys all in the next video. Bye. Bye, Lily. I love you.